The keys hit my chest before clattering across the marble floor. "Pick them up," he yelled, the veins in his neck bulging, his confidence loud but clearly borrowed. I didn't move. Right on cue. A tow truck rolled into the circular driveway, as if his shouting had summoned it. The driver leaned out with a clipboard, calm and polite. "Boss," he said to me, "which cars are we repossessing today?" I pointed straight at the Bentley. "Start with that one. It's parked in my spot." That was the moment he realized who had replaced him. And it was the moment I finally spoke. But this didn't begin here. It began years earlier, back when trust felt as natural as breathing. When I first met him, he was ambitious in a way that seemed honest, hungry, driven, but grateful. I gave him a job, then a promotion, then a seat at the table. I taught him how to read contracts, how to deal with banks, how to let silence do the heavy lifting in negotiations. He watched me closely, the way men study exits, memorizing every path. I didn't mind. I liked building people. I believed in loyalty. He met my wife at the holiday gala. I remember because she laughed a little too hard at his joke, and I told myself it meant nothing. I was always good at that, convincing myself nothing was wrong. The company was growing fast. I was distracted. He slowly stepped into the space I left behind. Betrayal never shows up with fireworks. It creeps in through patterns. Late nights that didn't line up. Emails forwarded too quickly. Decisions made in a style that wasn't mine. Then a message sent to the wrong device. Her phone lit up on the table between us like a confession that didn't realize it was confessing. I didn't yell. I didn't smash anything. I smiled, lifted my glass, and swallowed the last piece of my old life without a sound. That's when the planning began. I let them believe I was broken. I let the board think divorce had distracted me. I let him step forward and fill the vacuum, playing the hero. While he practiced speeches, I studied clauses. While he practiced authority, I counted shares. The company wasn't just a business. It was a structure, and structures fail at their weakest joints. I had built safeguards years earlier, quiet ones. Equity tied to performance that reverted if breached. Personal guarantees he signed without reading because he trusted me. Leases, holding companies. Vehicles including that Bentley registered under an executive benefits program, with compliance triggers he'd already violated. I documented everything. I moved money legally, slowly, invisibly. I met with lawyers who spoke softly and worked aggressively. And then I waited. When the board announced him as the new director, the applause rolled through the room like borrowed thunder. He never looked at me. That hurt more than the affair. It meant he believed he'd won. I asked for one final day on site. Closure, I said. They agreed. They always did. I was the founder. I was history. That morning, he arrived early, arrogance perfectly polished. The Bentley sliding into the driveway like a promise he never earned. He tossed the keys at me without looking and called me valet, like it was a joke. That's when I let them fall. Now the tow truck's chain sang as they tightened around his prize. His face drained of color in stages like a system shutting down. He argued. He threatened. He called security. I finally spoke. "You breached your contract," I said evenly. "Morality clause. Financial disclosures. Personal guarantees. You're out of compliance." I checked my watch. "The board meeting starts in 10 minutes. You won't be there." He laughed once, sharp, shaky. "You can't do this." I handed him the folder, clean, organized, patient. The driver waited. I nodded as the Bentley lifted off the ground. Board members began arriving. They saw the car. They saw him. They saw me. Questions formed. Answers followed. Inside the meeting, the vote was fast, unanimous. It feels different when it's justice instead of popularity. He stood in the lobby afterward, smaller somehow, watching his name come down from the directory as mine went back up. My wife filed the paperwork the same day, quiet, clean. I'd already signed. Later, alone in my office, I felt it. Not happiness, but something steadier, like gravity snapping back into place. Revenge isn't loud when it's done right. It doesn't brag. It corrects. I didn't ruin him. I just stopped holding him up. When I think about it now, I don't feel anger. I feel precision. I trusted. I was betrayed. I responded. The keys are still on my desk. I never did pick them up.